again, we have a race-based article about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and she doesn't say anything about her race. Who is it that you think got upset? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Oh my God. There is absolutely no room in this country or world for anti-Semitism, but there's plenty for anti-black racism. It's important to see how harmful and dangerous Kanye's words are, not only to our J brothers and sisters and siblings, but also to our collective society at large. We must reject this wherever we see it. We must reject you wherever we see you, which is in way too many places. We're going to talk about AOC real quick and how stupid she is. This is what she's outraged about. Outrage alert. Now, I would take that serious. You know what I'm saying? If AOC had a good track record on understanding things. The only problem is that AOC only has a track record of saying some of the most idiotic statements ever. Did you guys know that? Shout out to the ADOS and shout out to the Foundation of Black Americans. According to AOC, you guys know she's one of us. You guys know that? According to AOC, she's one of us. That's what she said. I didn't say it. That's what she said. What y'all think? Is she coming to the barbecue or not? AOC coming to the barbecue, y'all, or not? What y'all think? She said that. Yeah, she does act a lot like our politicians. Ain't her husband one of them? Who? AOC? Or Kamala Harris? Oh! Or both? These people are trying to force people into thinking a certain way. These are the same people that are behind the reason why Rizza Islam was deplatformed. You guys ready for this? Now, I think that AOC should get in trouble for hate speech because AOC said, "What is black?" Really? Girl, you from New York City? You don't know what black is? Clearly trolling. That's hate speech, right? Since everything is hate speech. Representative Ocasio-Cortez explains her race and ethnicity. You guys ready for this? Conversations around race and ethnicity have been prominent in the media because of the onslaught of diverse, newly elected officials. Republican Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is one of them. In an interview on MSNBC, of course it was on MSNBC, she addressed her heritage with respect to her race. It's no secret that throughout the Latino community, there are three major racial influences: African, European, and indigenous. Well, guess what? That's awesome. because it seems like the Latino community has something in common with the rest of the damn world. Because if you go to most places on the planet, the influence is African as well as indigenous, because African and indigenous go hand in hand, and Europe decided to invade everywhere. So in most places on the planet, that's where these three major racial influences are. Is that supposed to be something unique? Is that supposed to be something unique? Should she be hailed for that? Or should she go to hell for that? And depending on a person's country of origin, it has been well established that one of these influences can be dominant or they can be equal. Ocasio-Cortez is a New Yorican. I never even heard that term, New Yorican, a person of Puerto Rican descent, born and raised in New York. So Fat Joe is a New Yorican. You know what I'm saying? AOC has a face like Mr. Ed. You guys remember the Buttmans from In Living Color? I think she has a head like the Buttmans. You remember when Keenan Ivory Wayans had that butt on his head? And they would rest the envelope in between the crack when he would get the mail? I think that's what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's head looks like. In the interview, she talked about her heritage, citing, "My identity is the descendant of many different identities. I am the descendant of African slaves. I am the descendant of indigenous people. I am the descendant of Spanish colonizer. I am the descendant of all sorts of folks. That doesn't mean I'm black. That doesn't mean I'm native. But I can tell the story of my ancestors." You know what she doesn't say that she's not? She doesn't say I'm not white. She doesn't say that. So again, like Fat Joe, she's another person who qualifies for her life mattering per Kanye West's shirt, who's outraged by Kanye West's shirt, but she's not outraged by attempting to appropriate. Yeah, she sure said that she's not black quick. Catch her at the Tunnel Club, though, after a couple martinis. I bet you she's sounding all kind of crazy. Saying anything, too. She'd be Alexandria from the block. With, you know what I'm saying, with Ja Rule on the track and shit. And she would be correct. This interview launched a conversation on Twitter which highlighted the misconceptions and misinformation of race and identity among Latinos. There were many people who felt like being Latino excluded people from being black, and others who felt that having one drop of black blood makes someone black. Both are inaccurate. Oh, really? Well, there you go. Told us, didn't they? They sure told us, didn't they? First, it should be noted that Latino is not a race, which most people that have an IQ higher than 5 know. It's an ethnicity built on the premise of a group of people of different races who share a common language, Spanish or Portuguese. But when you go deeper into that culture and you study it and you understand it, you know that the dark-skinned Latinos, the black Latinos, are treated like crap. They're treated like crap and then brainwashed to believe that racism and race don't exist. If you make the concept of race disappear after it's been weaponized all of this time, then it's almost impossible without a concept of race to prove that racism exists. That's where you get these me no black Latinos. Shout out to the people from the Dominican Republic. Me no black. Yeah, we know. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at you and you darker than me, but you know black. All right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so the notion of that black Latinos can't. Oh, look at this. So this is basically a protection piece for cultural appropriation. So the notion that black Latinos can't take from a culture that is inherently theirs is really based on not fully understanding or acknowledging that the largest number of descendants of enslaved Africans are in Latin America, Brazil to be exact. Man, they were setting up this Latinos created hip hop thing long time ago. Yeah, I'm American. Look at this. They've been gearing up for this for a long time. So remember a couple streams back, I asked that question. If BET was on board with the Democrats in doing this. There's your answer. You know what I'm saying? Further to that point, Brazil has the second largest of African population outside of Africa in the world. So again, this is nothing more than FBA erasure piece. Then Colombia, Cuba, and Dominican Republic would follow. And as long as we can erase foundational Black Americans, people who descendants can trace themselves back to a plantation, it makes it easy to do what the Manhattan Institute wants to do and say, slavery doesn't affect anybody. I mean, look at all these black people. These black people were never affected by American slavery. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't smashed the like button, please make sure that you smash that like button. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you take a moment, smash the like button, smash the bell icon twice, and also make sure that you subscribe to my backup channels and follow my other social media. Blackness isn't solely a United States concept. That word right there, that sentence right there is a direct erasure attack on us. So this Diversity Inc., when they talk about the melting pot, now you know what they mean by the melting pot. They're going to melt your blackness right off and turn you into a genetic soup bowl. On the other side of the coin, implementing the one-drop rule was a way to attach non-black people to blackness is equally detrimental to this conversation. The one-drop rule was only a practice found within the United States and was an unspoken law that never existed in the books. It was merely a way to stop blacks fathered by their masters from gaining economic or social wealth by inheritance. A lot of one-drop descendants are foundational Black Americans, but pay very close attention to how they don't phrase it like that. They're trying to downplay our influence. They're trying to downplay our existence. It is no secret that many diasporians or Black descendants of enslaved Africans have European ancestry, but that wouldn't make them white. Ocasio-Cortez's validation of her heritage and comprehension of where she falls with reference to her race is refreshing. Now, what I find refreshing is that while we're talking about with reference to her race, she never mentioned what her race is. The only thing she mentioned was what she's not. And she's like all the other Latinos. Me no black. Well, if you know black, then what are you? That only leaves two other things. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is one of those me no black Latinos. Shout out to the me no Negros out there. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of y'all in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Insider came out with this article that I thought was fascinating. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said that she wasn't sure if intercultural or interracial relationship would be the right fit for her. I mean, did you talk to your husband about it? She's confused. Until she's not. I don't know if I should consider my relationship intercultural, interracial. I don't know. Let's just start here. Is it legal? Is your marriage legal? Is it legitimate? Do you have a marriage license? As far as that other shit, I don't know. Sounds like Coblination. Sounds a lot like Coblination. It sounds a lot like that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez told GQ that she had doubts about whether an interracial relationship was the right fit for her. So much for that diversity thing. So much for that diversity thing. Yeah, we love everybody. I guess not, huh? The Congresswoman has known her partner, Riley Roberts, who is white, since they were in college. So she didn't go to a historically black college, huh? Okay. The couple became engaged in April of 2022. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez shared in a new interview that she had initial doubts about whether an intercultural and interracial relationship would be the right fit for her. Let's just get this out of the way. Is this an interracial relationship? Shout out to my man Thomas Wilson. Yeah, till he got that NIGGA wake up call. Good old Tiger. Facts. Shout out to my man Black Star Racer. What up with it, bro? Is this an interracial relationship? Like, are you serious? That's a disrespectful question to black people, man. Seal and Heidi Klum were an interracial relationship. This is not. This is Jersey Shore and an Irish cop. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? Pookie, or what? Yeah, that's her name. Snooki and Michael Rappaport. That's what that looks like. But in a world of maximum sophisticated confusion, that is somehow diversity. The Congresswoman told GQ in an interview published on Wednesday, September 17th, that her relationship with Riley Roberts, who is white, sparked questions for her about her identity and belonging. Hey, you guys remember that article that came out from Vox? Shout out to my man Bronze the God. He was the one that sent it to me about slave play. Do you think that she was so confused about her relationship that she had to go and take Riley to the theater to see some therapeutic slave play? You know, speaking of Kanye West, Kanye West did that. He didn't do it with Kim. He did it with that one chick that Drake messed around with, that he was going around with for a minute. You guys think Alexandria took Riley for some therapeutic slave play or no? Because they say that it's therapeutic. That's what they say. They say that slave play is therapeutic for quote unquote interracial couples grappling with racism. So I'm just curious. I mean, she says she's a descendant of slaves. It's a legitimate question. What do you guys think? It's therapeutic for white people. Facts. Traumatic for black people. Therapeutic for white people. Facts. That's a great question, Val. Val says, what race is she? She's not black. She's not Asian. And Hispanic is a culture. Exactly. That was my point for reading that last article. But the one thing that she did say, the one thing that she wanted to make clear to everybody who was watching is that she no black. Yeah, I think she's an adoso. She did say that she was a descendant of conquistadors. If you guys think that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is an adoso, give me a thumbs up. I think she's an adoso. Shout out to my man Black Star Racer. I agree. Ocasio is New Yorican. Again, they're using this word, New Yorican. I've never heard this before. A person of Puerto Rican descent, born and raised in New York. Throughout her political career, she has faced racist and sexist attacks from the right-wing trolls and politicians alike. Now, I've seen her face some sexist attacks, but I've never seen her attack no racist attack. I ain't never seen nobody attack her in a racist way. I mean, what did somebody walk up to her and call her the N-word, or you know what I'm saying? Which I don't know. That's not her race. So I don't know, but you know, sometimes white people just be spazzing out and call everybody the N-word. They call their own kids that. You know what I'm saying? So make that make sense. Yeah, facts. I gotta agree with Thomas. Leave me sick. I don't want therapy. You know what I'm saying? Ocasio-Cortez met Roberts when they were both 19 as undergrads at Boston University. When they started dating, neither could foresee how their lives would change. For him to experience us dating when I was still working as a waitress and bartender through now and seeing how the world responds to me, I think has been a very eye-opening experience for him as well, the Congresswoman told GQ. How does the world respond to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? I think that the world treats her fairly well. That's what I think. I think the world treats her fairly well. I think she's being a drama queen. Roberts is a web developer and has largely remained out of the spotlight, even as Ocasio-Cortez has skyrocketed to become one of the most well-known figures in politics. In Takes Up Space, a biography about Ocasio-Cortez's political rise, her friend Eric Baker describes Roberts as one of the Congresswoman's quote-unquote sparring partners. Riley's just as smart as anyone you've ever met, probably smarter, but he would actively say things just to stir the pot, Baker said in the biography. He enjoyed the intellectual combat, and I think she enjoyed his pushback. So they got one of them sick, toxic relationships. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we respond to her as a fraud. That guy said she has a big Latina booty with whatever the hell that is. I think they call that all hips and no dips. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think they call that. I think they call that all hips and no dips, but I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? The Congresswoman explained to GQ that at the beginning of their relationship, she was unsure whether an interracial relationship would be right for her. Oh, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is not as liberal as we think. She's a little bit nationalistic. I'm just not sure. I don't know what my parents would say if I don't bring home a Puerto Rican. She's lying because we all know how these non-black people are. They celebrate bringing home a white partner more than they celebrate bringing home someone like themselves. You know what I'm saying? Especially Asian people. Shout out to my Asian people. Shout out to anime. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to anime. You know what I mean? The only time you ever get in trouble is if you're not black and you bring home a black person. You don't get in trouble for bringing home a white person. You get told what a catch. You get ostracized from your entire family. You come home with a black person. But what I find fascinating is that, they don't talk about that. And I gotta agree with Deneen. Deneen says she's been assimilated into whiteness so this is not an interracial relationship. She's clearly European. She's clearly Asian. You know what I'm saying? She's clearly not black. She's got straight hair, no sight of a kink or curl anywhere, and she's got a tan. Like I said, that's what people of color means, is people with a tan. People of color are more relatable. It's just not as unaesthetically pleasing to white people as we are. You know what I'm saying? I think white people have like a melanin allergy. That's why they don't have any. So like when we come around, they just can't. They just can't. Like literally, have you ever heard somebody say, I just can't with you? Like white people just can't with us. So they had to create this whole pseudo category of black people that are actually white people with a tan so that they can try to sit there and say that they're not racist. Because they just can't. Because they just can't with us. Cameron says she got a whole cabinet full of perms to keep them kinks out. Hey, when motherfuckers say you a lie, they talking about her hair. She also expressed initial fears that her relationship would change once she decided to run for office. I think it causes a conflict within them that they didn't even anticipate, Ocasio-Cortez said about some men who date successful women. So it's official. We've shifted now. We've shifted now to the gender war content. Ocasio-Cortez is a modern woman. Well, I work every day. And, working every day, that can just be intimidating to some men. It's intimidating. I've never had a psychological breakdown because a woman told me that they work. I just didn't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? I have a job. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I need to go see somebody so I can prepare myself. Really? Really? Yeah, she got the hot comb, the dark and lovely extra strength, spraying Lester's pink lotion all over the damn room and shit, slipping and falling. She got some red bottom shoes that she walk out the house with. Lester's pink oil them settled all onto the floor and shit. She slipped walking right out the front door. Oh my God, I fell. It's not even a deception. It's just they uncover insecurities that they didn't know were there. No, what happens is they uncover your financial securities. You know what I'm saying? They uncover your financial securities. Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask the guys in here a question. How many guys are intimidated by a woman that is successful? Why would anybody be intimidated by that? Do women actually think that? Oh, I gotta sleep with the covers over my head tonight because she makes some money. Like, seriously? She is delusional. Why do people keep saying this kind of shit? The way that the intimidation should work is that women should be intimidated when piece of shit ass unemployed dudes approach them. You should be intimidated because this motherfucker that's coming your way is about to mess up your life. In most cases, a woman that's making money is not gonna mess up somebody's life. You're supposed to be intimidated or fearful of things that can harm you. That doesn't even make any sense. The house just smells like hot burned hair constantly. Yeah, it smells like a salon up in there. You know what I'm saying? 24-hour salon. Smelling like an open can of smelling like an open can of perm. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a deception. It's just they uncover insecurities that they didn't know were there. But she said Roberts has been one of her staunchest supporters throughout her career. He has been so supportive and willing and deeply engaging. He's not a witness to this. He dives into the fray himself, and that he uses what we go through as opportunities for personal growth. So they don't go on to say anything more about the race issue or the cultural issue. So yet again, we have a race-based article about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and she doesn't say anything about her race. Why not?